Hello everyone. In this video we are going to understand the types of subordinate clauses. So let's start. In my previous video though I discussed what are clauses, and we had also tried to understand the simple sentence, the compound sentence and the complex sentences. In this video we shall learn the types of subordinate clauses. So without wasting much time, let's start it. Here I show you the examples of noun clauses. See, we have to understand the basic function of noun. What is a noun? Since we know noun is a name of a person, place or a thing, right? So we can in short say noun is just a name. Okay, let us just read these examples carefully, then we will understand how noun clauses are used in this. Okay, let me read it out. The first sentence here I read, I don't know what they have done. Okay, so here I underline this, what they have done. If we ask ourselves a simple basic question, if we ask ourselves that know what, I put it in the bracket here, know what, that means it is looking for a noun. So this group of words, which is a subordinate clause, is working for a noun. So it's a noun clause that I've just underlined. Now the next sentence, can you tell whose car it is? Now you can ask yourself the question, tell what? Okay, so a noun will answer to these questions. Know what, that means what they have done. Here the second sentence, can you tell whose car it is? Can you tell what? Okay, so can you tell what is actually looking for a noun, and since this is a subordinate clause, there is a finite verb in it, right? It has its own subject and predicate, right? So it is actually a noun clause. So when we ask these short questions to ourselves, then we will find out whether it is a noun clause or it is some other clause like adjective clause or adverb clause. Since we here are dealing with noun clauses, so we should ask ourselves these questions, okay, that I put in the bracket. In the third sentence, I can't understand why he is always late. So let me underline the clause here. The subordinate clause is why he is always late. The principal clause is I can't understand. Okay, so what you can't understand, what I can't understand, so you can simply put a question over there, understand what, understand what. So whenever you ask, before you identify any clause, you ask yourself some basic questions. Like in the case of noun clauses, you are going to ask know what or do what is it that you know. So whenever we are looking for what, when we are answering to the question what, we are actually looking for noun, and the group of words with a finite verb in it, they are the noun clauses, right? In the fourth sentence also, I'll show you. I asked her if she can do it. What did I ask her? So you simply ask yourself the question. Again, the same formula we can use. Ask what? Asked what? Okay. And in the next sentence also, our belief is that he will not deceive us. So again, the same way we should ask ourselves the question, what is our belief? What belief are we talking about? Okay, which belief we are talking about? What is our belief? What belief, in short, I have written there. Then the next sentence, that Mohan will pass is certain. So you can notice that the subordinate clause, the noun clause, or whether it is an adjective clause or adverb clause, since we are dealing with noun clause, it may come in the beginning also, it may come in the middle also, it may come in the end of the sentence as well. So here, that Mohan will pass is certain. What is certain? What is certain? So when you ask this question to yourself, then you will understand that these questions are looking for noun. What is it? When we answer to the question, what is it? We are looking for a noun. Okay, when it's a group of words without any finite verb, then it's a phrase. Then it may be working as a noun phrase. But if there is a finite verb, if there is a subject or predicate of its own, then it's a clause. And if it is working for a noun, and I have told you the way to find out the noun clause, okay, you should simply ask yourself the question, like as I've written over there, starting with the first sentence. I don't know. Know what? Can you tell? Tell what? Third sentence, I can't understand. What you can't understand? Understand what? I asked her. Ask what? Okay. So all these underlined subordinate clauses are working for noun. Hence they are noun clauses. In this sentence, you can see there is no truth in what he says. Okay. You can underline this. There is no truth in what he says. So what he says, okay, in what does the truth not lie? Okay, like that. So it has become a bit long though, but here we can show that a noun clause can be working as an object of a sentence. Also it can be used as a in the sixth sentence you can see that it is used as a subject here, and in the fifth sentence our belief is that he will not deceive us. So this is working here as a complement, right? So, and in the last sentence there is no truth in what he says. So here what he says is actually working as an object to the preposition in. So different ways the noun clauses are used. So the basic thing that I've told you is how to identify the noun clauses. Simply you ask yourself the question what, or what it is. Whenever we are asking ourselves what it is, then we are looking for a noun. And if it's a single word, it's a noun. If it's a group of words without a finite verb, it's a noun phrase. And if it's a group of words with a finite verb in it, then it's a noun clause, right? Just now I given you the example of how to identify noun clauses, right? And they are different, how in different ways they are being used. They are used as a subject of a sentence, they are used as an object of a sentence, they are used as a complement of a subject, and also they are used as an object to a preposition as well. Okay, so here we just thus, after having gone through all those examples, okay, in which the noun clauses have been used differently, and we have to simply here define what is a noun clause. So thus noun clauses are, they are a group of words, they are a group of words with their own subject and predicate. So they are a group of words with their own subject and predicate, or we can also say if they have a finite verb, right? Finite verb is the main verb in any sentence. So they are a group of words with their own subject and predicate and working for a noun is are noun clauses. Okay. Now let me just read it out once again. They are a group of words with their own subject and predicate. Okay, what is a noun clause? It's a group of words with its own subject and predicate, and it is working for a noun. Okay, when the clause is working, subordinate clause is working for a noun, it is a noun clause, right? I give some example. I know that it will rain tonight. Now in this example, you can again do the same exercise here. Know what, in the bracket I can write, to ascertain what kind of a clause it is. Know what. So definitely when we ask ourselves this question, know what, then the answer, what do I know? The answer is that it will rain tonight. And this is a group of words with a finite verb in this. Okay, or in the other words we can say it has its own subject and the predicate part is there. This is the predicate part, will rain tonight, and it is the subject there. Okay, so either we understand this way by saying that there is a finite verb, or we say it has its own subject and predicate. Okay, so this is working, this is a subordinate clause, right, and it is working for a noun. Okay, so it's a noun clause. If we ask about what kind of a subordinate clause it is, then we would say it's a noun clause, right? Some more example I can show. Now in this you can see he does not get what? Does not get what? So in short only I am writing the question here to ascertain that this is a noun clause. Okay. So this way it is very easy to identify the short question that you have to keep in mind to ascertain whether it's a noun clause or some other clause. So here in the case of noun clause, we have to ask ourselves simply the question, like here I've shown, know what, I know that it will rain tonight, know what. And the second sentence I have shown here as an example, he does not get what he wants. Does not get what? So it is looking for a noun, and this group of words it's a subordinate clause, and it is a, if we talk about the type of the subordinate clause, then it's a noun clause. So the next that we are going to discuss is an adjective clause. So let us just understand that it's a group of words with their own subject and predicate and working for an adjective, is an adjective clause. So I show you some examples here. He saw an elephant whose color is white. Okay, I saw an elephant whose color is white. Now you, in this, just like in noun clause we ask questions what, here we should ask ourselves the question what kind of or which thing is it. So here he saw an elephant whose color is white. So you can simply ask yourself which elephant. So it is qualifying elephant here. So this way we can come to know that it is working for an adjective, or it is looking for an adjective. Okay, when we ask ourselves this very short question, you can put in front of this sentence, right, which is containing an adjective clause. He saw an elephant whose color is white. Now which elephant we are talking about? This is the noun that is being qualified by this group of words, right? So here this is an adjective clause, right? Whose color is white. Got it? Another example we can take. This is the house which belongs to my uncle, right? So this is the house. So you simply in this sentence can see you can ask yourself the question, which house? Okay, which house? So we are actually talking about which house, or we can also say what kind of a house. Like here in the first sentence I've shown you an adjective clause, a sentence containing the subordinate clause which is working for an adjective, so that becomes an adjective clause. So we can ask ourselves the question, what kind of elephant? So this group of word is qualifying this noun. That means this group of words with a finite verb in that, is the finite verb there, or we can say with a subject and predicate of its own, is working for an adjective. All right. So this is the house. So here also you can see I am underlining this, which belongs to my uncle, right? So this is working for when we ask the question, which house or what kind of a house. So the house, we are talking about a particular house which belongs to my uncle. So this is working for an adjective clause, right? Next we are going to discuss and understand adverb clause. See, here is the definition given: a group of words with a subject and predicate of its own and working for an adverb is an adverb clause. Now, an adverb clause tells us how a thing is done, why a thing is done, where a thing is done, okay? And it tells us the reason, condition, whatever the function of adverb is there. I mean, an adverb tells us the time, adverb tells us the place, adverb tells us the manner, okay? Adverb tells us the condition. So these are the functions of an adverb, okay? An adverb qualifies a verb, adjective, and another adverb also. And we have to understand the basic function of adverb. Got it? So the basic function in this, just previously a short while ago we were discussing the noun clause, in which we were asking ourselves the question, what it is. We are trying to answer the question. When we are answering the question what it is, we are actually talking about noun or noun phrase or noun clause. And you understood the difference between when it is a single word, it is a noun. Then when it's a group of words, it's a noun phrase, if without a finite verb, right? If it has a finite verb of its own, then in that case it would be a noun clause. Same is the case with, I've given you some hint, some questions that will help you identify which clause it is. The adjective clause tells us what kind of a thing it is, right? We actually have to understand by simply putting these questions only, we will be able to understand the clauses or what function they are doing, okay? So far we've discussed the noun clause and adjective clause. In this we are discussing adverb clause, and as I've told you that in this basically we have to understand the function of adverb. We have to ask ourselves the questions, how a thing is done, why a thing is done, when the thing is done, where the thing is done, right? So these questions, these short questions we should ask ourselves, and we will be able to then identify the adverb clauses. Let us look at some examples. Now look at this sentence here. I have written, he left home after the sun set. So here we can ask ourselves the question, left when? So in short I am writing left when. So it is indicating time. It is indicating time. So whenever a group of words or a single word, or when it is a single word, then of course, and it is talking about time, it's an adverb. When it's a group of words, we have to see whether it has a finite verb or not. If it has a finite verb, then it becomes a clause, then it will be called an adverb clause. And if it is having no finite verb in it, then it will be adverb phrase, right? A single word would mean an adverb. Okay, here if I talk about the adverb in the context of adverb, and a group of words without finite verb and working for an adverb, it is telling us the time, then it would become adverb phrase, right? And a group of words with a finite verb in it and working for an adverb, it's telling us time, then in that case, or it is indicating time, then in that case it is adverb clause. Okay, so you simply have to ask yourself the question, left when? So you get the answer, after the sun set. So this is the group of words, the subordinate clause, which is working for adverb. All right. So here it is adverb clause. I am very sure that you will have all your doubts cleared after going through this, lecture that I have been explaining. After all my explanation you go through, then you will be able to understand. At least you will be able to identify the clauses, because a lot of children have doubts regarding this. They are not able to identify the clauses, right? Whether it is a noun clause or an adjective clause or an adverb clause, they are not able to identify. So children, see very carefully, and please keep a note of the small questions, the short questions that I am writing over here, to help you understand, to help you identify the different clauses. Okay. The second example we can take. Okay, he won't come if the bus is late. Now, why won't he come? Why won't come? Won't he come? This is a condition here. Okay, conditional sentence we can say. So here it is also working as adverb clause, right? So adverb clause, the work, the function of an adverb is to tell us about time, place, manner, reason, condition. Okay, when we understand the basic question of these parts of speech, the parts of the speech, noun, adjective and adverb, we will be able to identify the clauses also, what function these subordinate clauses are doing. I hope things are clear to you. I'll be giving you more exercises on this, and you should also keep practicing, so that while practicing only, you'll come across some new doubts. You can write them down in the comment box, right? And please do also suggest me uh, which topic you would want me to explain on, so that I can prepare the video on that, video explanation on that in advance, right? So please do give your suggestion, do give your comments. I'll be waiting for them. Thank you so much.